Hello everybody, Jan of Jan Hicks Creates here, back with day 9 of my holiday gift extravaganza. How are you guys doing today? I don't know whether you can hear, you probably won't be able to hear the thumping upstairs. Mike has started to roll out some of the walls in the bedroom. We did not make it very far at all yesterday. I started painting and I'm painting the trim in white. The trim in our bedroom is like this kind of sickly yellow beige, not attractive at all, especially when we have tones of blue coming. So anyways, I have to paint all the trim white, and we were using the paint that the previous owners had left here from what they used, and it wasn't very good paint. It wasn't covering very well at all. So we decided to stop what we were doing and get to Lowe's and get that and some other things we needed. Came home, had lunch, took a nap because we both slept like crap the night before. So yeah, we're hitting it first thing this morning though, and we will be getting a lot done today. But first, the video. Holiday Gift Extravaganza Day 9. Your comments yesterday, it made me so hungry reading them. Oh my goodness, so many delicious treats. I have to tell you, there's so much that I can't eat anymore. I am gluten intolerant, so it's hard to make a good cookie with the gluten-free flour. I mean, you can do it, but it's just not the same. So yeah, brought back a lot of good memories, and I think the same could be said to you. I think that the tie that binds all this together is how they are connected to our traditions and to our memories, whether it's candy or cookies or even the food we serve at our meals, right? At our holiday meals. Yeah, it's all about memories and recipes passed down through generations. Just really, really cool. My favorite cookies, though, that we made every year growing up, and again, when I was young, it was me and my mother in the kitchen, my grandmother sometimes, and like so many of you, we spent a weekend making batches and batches and batches of cookies that we would then either eat, freeze, give away, right? As well as the caramels and fudge, all the things. But my favorite were called Old Time Cinnamon Jumbles. They were from the old Betty Crocker cookbook that my mother had. I actually have the pages of my favorite recipes, and you know, the pages in an old cookbook that are stained with like old cookie dough and lard that has flown out of the bowl when you're mixing it, you know, all the stains that happen on old cookbook pages. That's how these are. But Old Time Cinnamon Jumbles are kind of like a snickerdoodle, but much softer and fluffier. They are made with a buttermilk, so we would get I don't remember how much milk, but then put a tablespoon of vinegar in it to sour it, let it sit for a little bit till it's soured, and that's how we made buttermilk. Just the little bit that we needed to go in that recipe. So it was a light, fluffy, soft cookie, and with cinnamon and sugar sprinkled on top. And then we always made molasses cookies for my father. He loved molasses, and so did I. And those were like big and thick and soft that you dunk. Oh. Again, the memories, right? Oh, so good. Okay, so thank you. Today's question is going to have to do with food as well, so stay tuned. Winners from yesterday. Let me page down. I've kind of rearranged how I'm doing this. I need to find yesterday's. Okay, so the Stitchy Bows. Not many of you were interested in these, and that's okay, because the one who won is Laura Fernandez, and she says, well, she starts by saying pet fur equals extra special fibers. Yeah, we'll just keep telling ourselves that. I have to admit, pet fur, cat fur on my stitching drives me insane. So Yeah. But anyway, Stitch Bows. She says, I use these DMC Stitch Bows to organize my needlepoint threads and just ran out. My favorite holiday treat is peanut butter cookies with Wilbur buds in the center. So I guess the Wilbur buds are along the same lines as the Hershey Kisses. Along with a peppermint hot chocolate. Sounds delicious, Laura, and congratulations. I want to pause a second here and apologize for being late on my comments yesterday. To those of you who won yesterday, yeah, totally flaked on leaving the comments immediately. I did get them in later in the day, but yeah, I was off to paint. I'll do better today, I promise. Number two is the foundation papers, the set from Fat Quarter Shop. These are going to Ida Brandon. Ida says, my favorite treat is chocolate fudge or coconut bread. When my husband was alive, his favorite, oh, I love this story. His favorite was chocolate covered cherries. So each Christmas day, all those gathered here eat a chocolate covered cherry in his memory. Some don't like them, but eat them anyway in memory of my husband. Isn't that awesome? That is so sweet, Ida. Thank you for sharing that, and congratulations. Number 3, Merry Christmas to all, is going to A. Latendre, Letendre. Not sure what it is actually called, but I think we just called it Christmas Bark Crunch. You use either chocolate or vanilla bark, melt it with butter, then mix with marshmallows, Rice Krispies, and peanuts. Plop onto a cookie sheet and freeze. So tasty and simple. That sounds amazing. And it's gluten-free. I may have to explore. And I was thinking peppermint bark too. Several of you mentioned peppermint bark. I'm definitely going to have to explore the peppermint bark world, or the bark world in general. All right, that was 3. Number 4, the pretty blue piece ornaments. This is going to Carmen Mack. Carmen says, oh, my favorite, and I may have a small addiction, is shortbread. Thank goodness I only make them around Christmas. And okay, she says, thank goodness I only make them around Christmas. And then she says, I would pay for postage. Thank you for the video. You are welcome, Carmen, and thank you. Okay, number 5. This is going to Linda Pigeon. She says, my favorite cookie is just your plain old frosted sugar cookie. Excuse me. I think it's more the act of frosting the cookies with my kids that made it my favorite. Love your videos. Thank you, Carmen, and congratulations. 5. And 6 is the 2 patterns from Leela's Studio. Somebody corrected me yesterday, and yes, I did know that, but it wasn't in my brain at that point, so it just came out Lila, but Leela is the correct pronunciation of that. So 6 is going to Mickey Santee, the person who gave us our question of the day yesterday. Mickey says, thanks for using my question. My favorite holiday treat is the thousands, yes, thousands, of cookies we bake every year to give to friends and to enjoy on Christmas Eve when we gather as a family. Of those, the number 1 favorite is an almond flavor cookie from Denmark called a Jan Hagel. It is a butter cookie base flavored with almond extract, rolled out on a sheet pan and sprinkled with sliced almonds and cinnamon sugar. After baking, it gets cut into diamond shapes. Yum. That sounds amazing. Love it. Okay, so I will be commenting on the comments of those who won to let you know and to ask you to email me your mailing address. I will be doing that. All right, so let me get these out of the way so I don't send stuff flying. Let's put those down there, and you can go down there too. Okay, needless to say, no mailing is getting done this weekend because painting. All right, so get these all gathered over here. Today's gifts. So, number 1, is what I'm calling Fat Quarter Shop Notions, number 1. So it is, so of course all these are gifts from Fat Quarter Shop. A little tin, and these are all together as number 1. So this is a little tin of thread conditioner. These are little silicone magnet things that are for your scissors to denote which ones are for fabric, which ones are for paper. So hopefully you and your family can keep all that straight. So you just hook them on to the handle. Then we have some thread bobbins. These are the Lori Holt Floss Flower ones. Let me put this up here so you can actually see them. Package of those. And last but not least, I haven't the faintest idea what these are. Alphabities Specialty Marking Tools Expansion Pack. So that's what that says. And then there are these little, I don't know, I assume this is for quilting, but beats me. Fat Quarter Shop sends me all kinds of things. I don't always know what they are because I'm not a quilter. But anyways, all those are in number 1, and this is open to U.S. addresses only. I'm actually going to make a note of that because I hadn't noted that before. Okay, number 2 is another pack of, or another skein of floss. Silk floss from Mrs. Sadus. This is one of her new colorways called Frankie. Isn't that pretty? So, number 2. Number 3 is a Heartstring Samplery pattern. I Will Stitch You in My Heart. Number 3. Number 4 is my copy of this one. Let's Do What We Love. So yeah, I had mine made into a project bag and I do love it. So Let's Do What We Love by Jeanette Douglas is number 4. Number 5 is called Joyous Arc by Just Nan. And this does come with the, whether you can tell, there's a little metal charm there in the center of the design. It does come with that. And number 6 is the Dimensions Kit Flowering Jars. And so this actually has printed Ada, so that board look on the background is the printing on the fabric, and so then you just stitch the jars. So it has the fabric and the floss, and of course the chart. All right, so that is today's. Now the question of the day, as I mentioned, it is about food as well. Joe Macreal from the UK asks for some recipe ideas. She says, what are good Thanksgiving recipes that would also work for Christmas? So I think her idea is that being from the UK, of course, she doesn't celebrate Thanksgiving, so she's not familiar with the kinds of dishes that we traditionally have for Thanksgiving. So she's interested in knowing what you have that might work for Christmas as well. And of course, my response is all of them. But let me know if, I guess the answer would be, what is one dish that you always have for both holidays? Or what is your favorite dish that you have for Thanksgiving that you think would be good for Christmas as well? So that is all for today. I think today's is a little shorter because it's time to paint. So I hope you guys have a lovely Saturday, and I will talk to you tomorrow. Bye-bye.